All right, y'all, here's a little story so you can understand me a little bit better of where I came from. All right, I'm gonna talk about the time since CHINAMAC talked about him stealing Jin's chain. I just remembered not too long ago that I did touch that chain one time. So the first time I ever bumped into Jin again after Vacation Bible School, which was 1992, the second time I bumped into him, he was already a rapper. I just started rapping, and I never knew there was another Chinese rapper on earth. So it all happened consistently and fast within that range of time. How I just started rapping, and then I saw another rapper on BET, which I knew. So when we exchanged emails after finding out who he was, I had emailed the email that they had for booking shows or something. And he was coming to perform in Houston, right? And he just signed to Ruff Ryders. So I had emailed him. I was like, yo, I'm in Houston, da 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 da. And this is, from Vacation Bible School. And I asked him, I said, is you the same Jen from Vacation Bible School? And then he told me that that was him. And that was crazy. So when he came to perform, I definitely went to his show. It was in Houston downtown. I forgot where it was at, but I can remember I invited my boy, Frat Tony, rest in peace. He took his own life away after I left Houston. I don't know what happened. He must have, I know for a fact he was around a certain type of group of people, and being a grown man now, I look back, I was around the wrong type of people. So I feel like since he wasn't around the right people, it kind of wore him out. But yeah, he was the only person I took with me that was down to ride with me. He always had my back, Frat Tone. I felt like when I left Houston, that really broke his heart because I was really one of his close buddies. He used to come to my house all the time, drive me wherever I need to. He gave me all the DJ SCREWVO music. Ever since high school, we used to skip school and go everywhere. So he played a big part in my life, and I got to bring him to go meet Jen. And it was funny because when I saw him outside the door, and he was like, yo, he's in with me. So Jen got me going inside VIP. He introduced, so I introduced him to my boy Frat Tone, and then he went to go perform, and then he did his thing. Then he came back and bumped back into me, and then he was like, yo, you should come up to VIP with me. And then we went up VIP, which is funny because only girls were allowed to go up there. Like all the girls in Houston was lined up to go see the first Chinese rapper ever. And that was crazy. We weren't even supposed to be up there. But since I knew him back in back in Vacation Bible School, since I knew him in Vacation Bible School, he was like, yo, come upstairs, da da da. So me and Frat Tom's kicking it. We're seeing all the girls come up there. And it was funny because two of the Asian girls we knew from Elsik High School. And they were looking at us like, what we doing up there, you know what I'm saying? And she definitely knew who Frat Tone was because Frat Tone told me, he was like, yo, that's that one girl that's from Elsik High School. And they're just dogging us like, what are we doing up here? And it was funny because, it's because I had the connection. So there wasn't supposed to be no other dudes up there except the people that was, cool with Jen. But anyways, Jen brought the bottle. He was like, yo, got a bottle of Henny. He ain't had no gin, but he had the bottle of Henny. And then his chain was like dangling in front of my face because I was sitting down right on the seat. And he was just like talking to me, da da da. He was kind of short too, but his chain was shining, right? And I was like, yo, let me see that chain. And I looked at this Ruff Ryders chain, and I was like, there's a little diamond missing. And I told him, I was like, yo, you got a little piece of diamond missing from the chain, from the R. There was a little piece, like he must have got it knocked off, or I don't know if it's real or fake or not, but there was a piece that was missing, and I had told him that. I was like, yo, Jen, you got a piece of diamond missing on your chain. And he was like, word, word. So he's looking at the chain. I was like, yo, you got to go get that fixed. But anyways, it was a little thing, I told him I had just started rapping, and I was not even that good at that time compared to how I am today. Yo, I don't think people ready for me today. Like in a battle, I think I had surpassed Jin. I just never gave up. Jin is still dope though. Like seriously, I congratulate him to coming back in a battle rap scene, but his way of rapping, it's still the same in 2021. He didn't change. He didn't try to innovate himself. I've always innovated myself. Ever since I never even blew up, I'm like, well, why not? Keep innovating, keep learning, keep progressing, keep sharpening your skills, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jin has always been an inspiring rapper to me, being the first Asian rapper. And it was more inspiring to know that I knew him. If I didn't know him from church school, it probably wouldn't have motivated me as much as if I did knew him. So I hope you understand what that means. But yeah, man, that's the chain that CHINAMAC stole. You know, and it's like I said, it's crazy how what had happened, because there's still a few more stories I could tell you that'll be like, you'll be like, wow, that's crazy. Like how that happened, the way it happened. It's about the way it happened, not just who's in it in the story that I tell you. When I told you how I bumped into Jin that night, and then how that first night a guy tries to kill him or people around him, and I was there, it's not just something that happens the way it happens every single day to somebody. And not everybody gets to speak about it. So I'm still alive. I still, know some of the stories. And since I'm a rapper, I'm going to tell the story too, because it's valuable. It's a valuable story on my end. So I hope you understand the story. This is about how Jin had a broken piece of diamond on his chain, and that was the chain that CHINAMAC that wanted to steal or stole. I don't know if he fixed the diamond, but because I ain't seen him for a long time after the diamond thing, and then when I seen him in New York, he wasn't wearing the Ruff Ryders chain, so I don't know. I don't know if he's when. I didn't remember seeing him wear the chain on, so I could care less about the chain. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope you like this little story about Jin that I have. And all right, talk to y'all soon.